The emotion begins at 7:30 at the Souls Harbor Church in Dallas this week. It's the site of the Lord Family's Faith Healing Crusade, featuring Little Michael. 8 years and 1 week old, Little Michael started preaching at the age of 5 because a newspaper ad confused him with his father, who was originally supposed to preach that night. But Little Michael says God wanted him to, and he's been singing, preaching, and praying for miracles ever since. He says he was also 5 when he learned people could get well if he prayed for them. He says a lady came to him while he was preaching in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
She came to the altar the very first time I ever prayed for anybody. She came to the altar and I laid my hand right where it hurt. And I prayed for her, and she was about to have an operation, and she begged the doctors to give her another test, and they did, and they thought the machines were broken. So they took more tests, and she didn't have to have the operation.
And you've done it ever since?
Well, God has done it.
If Michael sounds rehearsed in interviews, his father tells us, it's that he's asked the same questions each time. The older Lord does help Michael with his sermons, though, rehearsing through the afternoon, then later sitting in the church audience to listen. The Lords are traveling and living on offerings taken at their crusades, and on tax-free offerings given for the records, calendars, pictures of Michael, newsletter, books, and Bibles they have displayed on a special table at the back of the church. Little Michael's father says the offerings will help build a children's home in Alabama.
Are you ever accused of trying to peddle Michael, to try to peddle the records and so forth?
I think I would be accused of that if I didn't always offer to open my checkbook. And anybody can look at my checkbook and they can see that if we were peddling, it's not very profitable peddling. We use only our expenses, just to cover expenses. We never ask a fee. And anything above expenses, we're right now purchasing 15 acres of land to build a children's home. And by the help of the Lord, one day we want to build that children's home. If we ever have anything above expenses enough, we want to do it, like we will.
When the time comes for faith, healing, and prayer in the services, the hundreds in the Souls Harbor congregation form a line, and in near time, with the rock-like beat, pass before Little Michael and his father. Some swoon and are helped to the floor. Some dance and sing wildly. And nearly all emotionally praise and thank God for the blessing.
What do you want to do with your life, Mike?
Just keep on preaching and singing as long as I live.
Tracy Rowlett, Channel 8 News.
And let her know that you're going to believe. God, believe God. Thank you, Lord.